Hey, buddy. It's been a while. How's it going?
Well, you know what? I'm just gonna say one thing.
Okay, well, you know what?
This
All right. I'll let you speak. I suspended you. Maybe a little unfairly. Whatever. So you know what, Alex? Go ahead.
all I'm gonna say is that
Out on bail, fresh out of jail. Sorry. Go ahead.
the suspension that I received for
California
the past 2
dreaming.
weeks.
As soon as I step on the scene.
Don't sing
All right.
too loud; it'll bounce off your forehead.
Get him.
The
Right.
suspension that I received for the
I'm hearing
past 2
Hoochie
weeks.
screaming. Fresh out of money and alcohol. Sorry. All right. You want here. Mike, down. Good.
The suspension that I received for the past 2 weeks was unwarranted, unexpected, and I can't wait to make you pay at our contract signing. Cheers.
Ah, is that so? All right. You know what? I'm not gonna respond to that. I think you've endured enough. I feel like so. I'm gonna just move on and let's do a show. How about that? Let's do a show. Like the good old days.
Show.
Like the good old days. So I feel like, as my duty for the hosts, I don't really feel like introducing the guests anymore. So go ahead, introduce yourselves. Everybody remembers Landon. So EJ, go ahead and introduce yourself, because I don't feel like introducing any more guests anymore on the show.
Understandable. My name's EJ. Big sports fan for Pittsburgh. Although I'm not the biggest Pittsburgh sports guy. I'm rocking the Pirates cap. I like the Pirates, but
yeah, I mean, Pirates. We'll get to them.
We'll get there. But I'm here for a good time, and hopefully I earn my place. I might get an invite back on, something like that.
Mm-hmm. Well, EJ did
Mike
tell us.
keeps suspending people for no reason. There's going to be an open spot pretty soon. So if you want to, take it.
Honestly, I'm gonna be shocked if I don't earn myself the suspension on my first appearance on Boro Tailgate.
I'll be very proud if you do.
Yeah. And Alex will be the one getting suspended again because remember, I can kick him out like that. But I'm not gonna kick him out.
I will have Richie fire you.
Really, Carney.
I will have Richie fire you.
Loser face.
I will have Richie fire you.
Little bro's a loser.
All right, Fatty, whatever. So
I'm gonna throw you in Fake Lake when we get back to school.
You know what? I'll do a flip in there just for you. I'll do a front flip in there just for you. I like how we're just not letting Landon talk at all to start.
That's okay. I love it.
I mean, this is your. How many shows have you been on, counting the press conference because you sent in that video? So
I think this is my third or fourth.
It might be fourth.
I can't remember. I think it's my fourth.
If we count,
because one Zoom show over winter break, right?
Oh right. Yeah.
Press conference, March Madness.
Yeah.
So this is the fourth one, I think. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
does that make me a veteran?
Hey. Yeah. Sure. Why not? Why not?
Be on the panel.
Yeah, and I don't want to make any announcements yet, but this very well could be the last Zoom show of the summer. We don't know yet. We'll have some talks. We don't know yet. We might be back on Zoom in 2 weeks. We don't know. It's possible it might be. That's all I'm going to say for now. All right, let's move on to sports finally, because we've wasted like 3 minutes. So this is the time where Alex just plays games on his phone, and we talk about we talk about the Pittsburgh Pirates.
Oh, is that what I can do too?
If you want to. Wait, you're on your phone. Wait, you're on your phone. Wait, you're on your phone for this. All right. So there's a lot to talk about with the Pirates.
100%.
Very frustrating. Okay, they won today, but coming out of the All-Star break, very frustrating. Very, very, very frustrating.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know where to begin, EJ. I don't even know where to begin.
No, it's tough. It's tough to watch the product when you're in between. I'm in between two places with this team. I want them to just keep losing and keep stockpiling those high first round, second round draft picks. But at the same time, we have McCutchen for a limited amount of time. And he even said to himself, he wants to win here.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
It's not going to happen, I don't think. But I want it to happen for him.
All right. That's very true. I was thinking about where to start and everything, you know, and very easy place to start. Andy Haynes has to go.
Yeah.
He's got to go because here's the thing. When he joined the Pirates, he just didn't leave Milwaukee. He was fired. And you want to know what he did in Milwaukee? He ruined Christian Yelich to an extent. Christian Yelich is having a bounce back year this year. But when Andy Haynes was in Milwaukee, he was ruining Christian Yelich.
Mm-hmm.
If you look at his numbers, I think it was the COVID year, which you could throw out. He was batting like 202.
Yeah.
The next 2 years, he was averaging around 248, somewhere around that range. And then he was fired. And then what look what happened. Yelich is back. So,
mm-hmm. Yeah, Yelich, and you could look at both of Yelich and Belly, that Yelly versus Belly MVP races those 2 years. Their regression to the mean was so interesting. Belly just needed out of LA, and you're seeing that now. And then Yelich just needed a new hitting coach.
Yeah.
It was easy.
Exactly.
A lot of these people, a lot of hitting coaches, granted, because it's their job, don't think they're the problem. They don't think that their philosophy is the problem. Sometimes people just need fresh air. They just need to do their own thing, and I think that's absolutely the case, especially with this young team. You do not need someone in there trying to change their swings, make micro adjustments that aren't going to take up their average and going to take up their power. It's just he's a tinkerer that doesn't need to tinker all the time. And I don't want to see him get his hands on Henry Davis at all.
No, I mean, you can make the argument they don't have to listen to him, but they're going to listen to him because he's a coach.
Yeah.
He's a coach. He's going to listen. And I hate to say it, another part of the issue right now that is he's not the main issue of why the team's losing. There's many issues, but he's one of the issues. And I hate to say it. And Alex, this is going to catch Alex very off guard, and Landon too. I'm talking about Brian Reynolds. Yeah.
Oh.
He sucks right now.
He kind of does.
Granted, okay, his first 12 at bats after the All-Star game was just weak ground balls. Today, a little bit little better. Two line outs to the outfield that were hit pretty hard, and one infield hit. Now, this kind of reminds me of the beginning of 2022 when he couldn't hit. So he could bounce back. I believe he's definitely capable to bounce back, but he's a problem right now. He's got to get it going. And here's the thing: the reason why I brought up Andy Haynes and Christian Yelich, Andy Haynes is doing the exact same thing to Brian Reynolds right now.
Mm-hmm.
That's what the issue is, I think. So, again, that just leads right back to firing Andy Haynes. So
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
It also with B-Rye, to me, it feels like it could be Andy, but it also could be he finally got that money.
I don't think so, because Reynolds isn't like. I don't think Reynolds is like that, man. I don't think
it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're like that as a person. Sometimes
that's true.
Sometimes it just whether you mean to on purpose or I finally got paid. I'm not going to try as hard, or you don't have that chip on your shoulder anymore, and that could be the case with him. I think he was playing out of his mind, trying to earn that money. He's got that money. The chip's gone. The team's not competing. They're competing. Don't get me wrong. It's one of the weakest. It's one of the weakest Central divisions we've had in the past decade.
Yeah.
But I just don't think there's anything this team can rally around right now.
It's just dead.
Out of the All-Star break, I mean, you look at those teams that have succeeded in the past for the Pirates. Few and far between. They had something to rally around. They had whether it was a city or a drought they wanted to break. Whether it was, I think they need to look at this McCutchen signing and possibly having him for another year or two, maybe max. and look at that and go, if we're going to get this guy his ring, let's make it happen. I think that's the guy they need to rally around. He's the vet in the locker room. Everybody loves him. And he's one of the most stand-up guys out there. He tweets furries when he sees furries.
Yeah, that's right.
Almost lobbied the city of Pittsburgh to keep, like, not Anthrocon going all the time, but have some kind of furry area in PNC Park. Just so that anytime he plays a home game, I feel confident he's going to do amazing.
Yeah, and I think he was like, what, batting 414?
He's the greatest baseball player of all time when Anthrocon is going on. I'm not joking. His average is up over 370. He has double-digit homers. His OPS is like 1170, something ridiculous. He's Barry Bonds when furries are in town. It's fantastic.
All right. So before I move on to stats from the last few games and then go on of who's pitching coming up, I kind of have a question to bring Landon and Alex into this discussion. So back to what we were talking about with Brian Reynolds, maybe he doesn't have the chip anymore because he's paid and everything.
Happens.
Now, if you two need to think about this for a second, that's fine. So starting with Landon. Landon, can you name an NBA player that had a chip on his shoulder that was trying to get that big money contract, got paid, and then he started to slow down a bit? And then Alex, you know where I'm going with this question. Same question, but with
Zeke.
the NFL.
Easiest answer in the history of the world.
I knew you were going to say that.
Took me 2 seconds. I just want to say, to add to this conversation real quick, I want to say the past 10 leading rushers in the NFL were on contract seasons.
Yeah.
And now
back to 2014. Back to 2014 when DeMarco Murray rushed for 1,800 yards with the Cowboys.
DeMarco Murray he was a fantasy legend for 2 seasons, and then
facts.
I don't know if we want to get into this too much, this running back thing yet.
We'll get to it. We'll be
talking about that later.
That's something we need to address.
Yeah, we'll get to it. Landon, do you have anybody in mind for the NBA?
There's really, I mean, it's really just like people, once they get the money, they just get traded around. Like, that's how the league is going right now.
That's true.
Yeah, I don't really know anybody's that has like fallen off once they got paid, unless they're like a really old vet that got signed to like a 2-year deal worth like ridiculous money. But then there's the stupid contracts like Joakim Noah that got signed for 4 years, like $65 million.
Not Joakim Noah.
I love Joakim Noah.
He votes in Chicago.
Yeah, but he was in his prime for like 3 years.
Yeah, that's the point, though. That's the whole question. He fell off a cliff after he got paid.
Yeah, exactly. So that's a good example right there.
I think a great Chandler Parsons is my go-to.
I was just about to say that. Yeah, that's another one. Because that whole year there was those couple years there was just like Kenneth Faried too.
Yeah,
he got signed for a big contract and he just like never played good again.
Those Nuggets teams were interesting, man. Nuggets were.
Didn't Birdman get a big contract there too?
From there out of Miami after getting suspended for 15 games.
Yeah.
They signed Ty Lawson to a big deal.
Yeah.
Here after he came out of Sacramento, it was ridiculous.
But I feel like nowadays there's not really any of those players anymore. They just get like signed, like the superstars, like James Harden. He's asked for his 3rd trade?
Yeah,
in
3 years,
5 years. Yeah, 3. Yeah, something like that.
Pretty much. Yeah.
And Diggs is gonna start getting there pretty soon.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like everybody's starting to get greedy now with their money.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to know what the angle Landon has his phone at kind of reminds me of, Alex?
What?
AJ.
Yeah.
It's not just that. No, I'm gonna. Okay, never mind. But no, I just want to say this though, too, real quick. These two are cooking, Alex. I think we need to retire. Just give the show to these two.
I swear.
So we can get to more NBA talk in a minute. I think we got to
Yeah.
get through the boring stuff with
We got to get through
going
baseball.
going through baseball exactly. So the first game back, I'm not going to go through every single game. I'll just go through like maybe the first game back and then maybe the Guardians game. By the way, EJ, what do you think about the Indians to the Guardians name change?
I don't really care. I don't think it was necessary, but I think they could have picked something better than the Guardians.
Here's the thing too. What's the name of the Pirates AAA team?
Yeah.
Exactly. No one has said a word.
Well, it's also AAA, so.
That's true.
I mean, every third high school football team in Western PA is the Indians.
Something like that, yeah. They're down the street from me. Freaking Elizabeth Forward, you go into their gym and it's just a big Native American pointing a bow and arrow at you.
Exactly.
On the wall. Yeah.
All right. So as of right now, I believe the Pirates are 41-50, counting today's W. Something like that. Or maybe no. Sorry. 41 and like 42 and like 53, something like that. So the first game, the top hitter was Michael Conforto. He was 2 for 4. But looking at the Pirates' top hitters, yeah, if we even have one. Henry Davis was 2 for 3. That was the best hitter of that game. And Rich Hill, 6 innings, 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 Ks. Trade value to the moon.
Dick Mountain.
Yeah, you can say Dick Mountain. You're allowed to say Dick Mountain if you want.
Yep.
So I'm going to skip Saturday, Sunday because those were losses. Obviously, I don't even need to say anything. Was there anything interesting that happened in those games? I can't even remember.
Nah.
These next 2 games, unacceptable. And I told Alex I was going to rant about this a little bit. So here we go. First game against the Guardians. By the way, this is a positive thing. The kids are up. Quinn Priester was called up to the majors.
Yep.
Laveri Peguero and Andy Rodriguez, finally. If they're struggling this year, it does not matter. The point is to develop them to get them ready for next year. So if they got to go through the growing pains this year, that's fine. As long as they're playing, as long as Quinn Priester's in the rotation, Peguero's playing over Marcano, and Andy Rodriguez is playing over Hedges, which is what it looks like is happening. That's
I don't
fine.
think Peguero has to play over Marcano, but continue.
Yeah, but you got to.
They can split time. Because
Also,
it's still a prospect technically.
I just want to interject real quick. The Pirates started the entire season hot, so we kind of inflated our expectations for them this season. But to be fair, we've been saying since January that we would consider it a success if they won like 70, 75 games and we're at 40 wins and it's July.
Yeah. I'm not saying the season's a failure, but I'm looking at the standings.
It's just disappointing from the way that we started, for sure.
Exactly. That's what most people are saying, like Pittsburgh sports writers and everything.
Yeah.
You just look at the standings. The Cardinals fell off a cliff, which nobody expected to happen.
Nobody.
Cubs are the Cubs. They've been selling, kind of sucking the past few seasons. Basically what the Pirates are as well.
Yeah. Yep.
And then you have the Reds, who, I mean, they're just one of the hottest teams in baseball. They have Ellie De La Cruz, which I cannot wait for this O'Neill Cruz, Ellie De La Cruz battle in the Central Division for the next decade.
I got a little prediction for the rest of the year. I don't think O'Neill Cruz plays another game.
I don't think he should. Keep him on the shelf. No risk re-injuring it. Just let him rehab.
The second half is a punt. He does not need to be playing. Just get healthy, practice, and get ready for next year. Next year, like I said, Alex, what have I been saying since Boro Tailgate Talks has started with the Pirates?
This year's not the year. It's going to be 2024, 2025.
Exactly. And there we go. And in January, we said this was going to be a punt year. And
this is just the year to get better.
Mm-hmm.
This is not the year to be amazing. This is the year to get better.
I want him to lose, but I want him to look good doing it.
And here's the thing, too. The last few games, it doesn't look like they got better. So that's why they got to clean. Do you think they need to fire Derek Shelton if they fire Oscar Marine and
I think you let Derek ride for the rest of the season. I don't see any point where you have to fire him. If they do, I'm not going to sit there and yell and bitch and moan. But, I think he could stay because he's one of those. He's a locker room guy. You could tell that a lot of players like him. He's well spoken. He's a fun dude off the field. He's just not a championship caliber, manager. But yeah, I do think I don't think you turn over the entire staff because I think the farm system has been great. I think our pitching has really improved this season. Mitch Keller having a Cy Young caliber season.
Just wait until we get to the next game, pal.
Yeah, I know, but I think when it comes to hitting and just in-game management overhaul, take everything you have, throw it out the window, and take from the teams who have succeeded. Like, I'm guaranteeing you there's a low-level hitting coach who's been making meaningful contributions on the Dodgers staff that would love a pay raise,
That's true. That is true. All right. We got to get through these games because we've gotten a little bit over with baseball. But 11-0. Quinn Priester, he was fine the first 4 innings. He was fine. I think this was just poor management by Derek Sheldon. He should have been out of the 5th inning. Like, there we go. So he should not hang his head off of that. He's going to be good. Just like with Kenny Pickett. Go through the growing pains right now. You'll be fine.
We'll get to Kenny.
You'll be fine. Oh, okay. We'll get to Kenny. But that game, there was really no top. There's no point of mentioning a top hitter because everybody just sucks that game. So there's not really a point. The next game, 10-1.
Yeah.
They scored a run. I think it was a Connor Joe home run, something like that.
CJ. Great fly.
Connor Joe hit the ball?
Yeah, I know. They hit the ball.
I'm shook.
By the way, we'll get to Jared Trill in a second. Let's get through this first. 6 innings. Mitch gave up 10 hits, 8 runs. Yikes. That is all I got to say to that. Josh Naylor, by the way, his home run on Monday. Good Lord. Left center field of PNC Park. Think about how large that is.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. That's all I need to say.
That's where Frankie hit it. Francisco Alvarez the other day.
Yeah. And then today they won. They won
against the second place team in a strong division, which is crazy.
I thought they were gonna lose, but they won. Josh Bell actually had a pretty good series at PNC Park. Bring him back. But Jack Sawinski had a double that gave the Pirates some runs. Brian Reynolds 0 for 4 again. Whatever. G-Man Choi 1 for 3. That also, I'm pretty sure that gave the Pirates the lead. So we'll end on this. And by the way, Andy Rodriguez had his first major league hit. So we'll end on this with the Pirates. Oh, wait, I got to go through the pitching matchups, which is going to be fun. If you know who's starting that first game against the Angels. Jared Trill, man. My God. Unexpected how good he's been. 3.11 average, 12-game hitting streak as a rookie. Unexpected. He's really good. I feel like he can be like the Josh Harrison of this rebuild. Honestly.
I'd love to. I was a big J. Speaking of, where is he?
Oh, yeah, he's wearing his American Nightmare T-shirt. Ugh. By the way, who do you think? Hey, real quick, who do you think's winning Blood and Guts tonight? I'm going Elite.
Golden Elite.
Golden Elite. Sorry, Golden Elite.
Yeah, let's relax with Elite stuff. It's golden.
But so what were you gonna grab? Would you grab something?
I was gonna grab my J. Hay bobblehead, but I don't know where I put it.
Oh, okay. But man, yeah, Trillo's just been unexpectedly good. So is there any thoughts you want to give on Trillo real quick?
Let him hit. Keep him in the lineup till he stops.
There we go. That's simple, quick and simple. But yeah. So coming up here against the Angels, Friday night, Johan Oviedo versus
Shohei
Ohtani.
Part of me,
crap.
Just so we can touch on Shohei while we have his names in our mouths.
All right.
I hope he doesn't get dished at the deadline.
No.
Because I want him to win MVP and Cy Young in the AL. I really, unless of course, if he gets dished to another American League team, he's still.
He can get dished to the Yankees. I feel like maybe.
Maybe. I do not want to see him in pinstripes.
Well, neither do I. But I think that's the most realistic team. Like it's like, okay, who's the best? It's like, hold on. All right, this is gonna scare this. Okay, the way you feel about Yankees and Ohtani, I know exactly how to compare this with Alex. It's like Patrick Mahomes going to the Broncos.
I'm gonna puke.
Yeah, no, it's gross. It's gross stuff. If there's anywhere I want him to land, and this is purely selfish, it's the other team in New York. I want that man slinging.
Oh, you're another Mets guy. I forgot.
My dad's a Mets fan, so I have a soft spot for him.
That's fair. That's fair.
That's where I want to see him slinging the rock next, if anywhere.
Mm-hmm. But yeah. Other than that, it's gonna be Beto versus I can't pronounce that last name, and then Mitch Keller versus Tyler Anderson, a former Pirate, and then they're gonna head to San Diego. It'll be Dick Mountain versus Yu Darvish. Here's the thing that's interesting to me, EJ. The second game against the Padres, it's undecided versus Blake Snell. If they send Quinn Priester down after one start, I'm gonna be pissed off.
I don't think they.
So they better put his name down. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
But yeah, then they welcome the Phillies. It's gonna be David Bednar bobblehead. It actually plays Renegade on the bobblehead. It's pretty sick. But it'll be Bino versus Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola versus Mitch Keller, and then Rich Hill versus Sanchez. I don't know who the first name is, but funny thing is when that bobblehead happens, David Bednar could get dealt in 2 weeks after that.
I hope he does.
Why not? You don't need a good closer on a bad team.
Yep. Dish Bednar, Dish Choi, Dish, all the old heads that we gave flyers to. I think you could
minus Andrew McCutchen.
Yeah. Well, no, he's not an old head. He's my baby boy. He's everything I love and more.
God.
Bring back the Mets. That's what I want him to do next season, if he can.
All right. So we went way past time with baseball. So Alex, do you want to start with football, or do we want to get NBA out of the way first?
Just get NBA out of the way.
All right, Landon. So I'm gonna be turning to you and DJ. I like how Alex is back and
football.
We're saving his stuff for the end.
Yep.
Football.
So I got it pulled up on my phone. I just got player transactions so far this year. If that's fine with you, Landon.
Yeah, that's cool.
All right. By the way, I will say this: DeAndre Murray for the Hawks did get extended. I'm happy. That's good. And they also traded John Collins. Did they? Where'd they trade him to again?
Utah.
Yeah.
Utah.
That's just a cluster down low for them.
Yeah, no, I don't know what's going on there.
I guess
sorry, go ahead.
I don't know. It's weird. I guess you have Markkanen at the 3, which he can do, but I like him at the 4 more than anything.
I mean, he's 7 foot.
Yeah.
So, like, pairing him up against any average 3 on somebody's, like,
it's bad news.
Yeah.
So, Landon, is there anything from the NBA draft you want to talk about? Any upcoming rookies you're excited to watch?
The only one that
first pick.
Okay, I have a stupid hot take.
Mm-hmm.
I really don't like Wemby.
You don't like him?
Wow.
Listen, I watched I think it was the U20 game where USA played France.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a man, a husky man by the name of Kenny Lofton Jr.
Mm-hmm.
that played for Team USA.
Yeah.
He's about 6'8". I don't even know how much he weighs. He looks like a lineman. He bullied the hell out of Victor Wembanyama. And if you put Joel Embiid or Giannis or even Jokic for that matter, he's going to get bullied.
I think here's the big thing about Vic here's my hot take about him. I think he's going to be good. I don't think he's going to be good as Scoot Henderson.
That's my favorite player out of the draft. I saw him play. I think it was his second game. It was his first or second game before he got hurt.
Mm. And
he takes that ball to the rim like prime Russell Westbrook. And I love it.
Mm-hmm.
He's literally built for it.
My thing about Vic, I guarantee you, say Chet plays last year. If Chet wins and he succeeds at that level with the Thunder, maybe gets Rookie of the Year votes, Vic still goes 1. Chet plays, does horrible. you look at it, Chet Holmgren is just a slightly less talented version of Victor Wembanyama.
Right.
Same height, same build, same kind of game plan. Can move with the ball, but they're huge dudes, but lanky, huge dudes.
Yeah.
Vic falls to 3 or 4. I think. I think people are so enamored with him. You just saw Coach Popovich sign a 4-year extension.
Yeah.
He's going to want to coach this guy. I think he has a chance to be fantastic, but I'm not sold on him the same way I'm sold on Scoot or even Brandon Miller. Although I'm pissed.
Whoa, wait, what happened? Wait, what happened here?
No idea.
Landon just randomly got kicked out. Hold on, we got some technical difficulties.
Hate to see it. I could keep ranting about the NBA draft if I have to.
If you want to, go ahead while we wait for Landon to get back in.
Yeah. Looking at it, I think the Thompson twins are going to be fantastic. Their ball knowledge is amazing. I think
no idea. We have no idea what happened, Landon.
You kicking me out, Mikey?
Did it say I kicked you out? I might have accidentally did it because I had to kick Alex's old one out. Oh, my bad. There was 2 Alexes. I was trying to kick out the one where Alex froze, so I must have hit yours on accident. My bad. L's in the chat. L's in the chat for me. I'll take that one.
Yeah.
That's on me.
I was talking about how I think the Thompson twins' ball knowledge and I think they're both going to succeed at the level. Like,
who's the one on the Rocket?
I can't even remember. I don't.
Is it Amon?
I probably.
Because I think Asar is on the Pistons.
Yeah.
But I think the one on the Rockets is going to do very well.
I think they're both fantastic. I was ranting about how Brandon Miller does no ball, and I'm pissed at him.
I don't even want to start.
All right, go.
All right,
just go.
I didn't really get anywhere with the transaction because there's just like a bunch of random players, so I just got tired of looking. So I just looked up NBA news and everything. What do you guys think about Chris Paul to the Warriors? So like, just looking at that, no.
I like he's gonna be a starter on really. No. I'm not saying on the Warriors.
Okay.
I'm saying he's gonna be a starter on 95% of other teams.
Yeah, I like it.
Oh, me too. I think if he takes that role of being like a mentor to the younger next generation of players coming through, I think they're going to do really well. I honestly do.
This is the best move for them to extend their championship window, which they feel is still open. While they have Steph in not his prime, but Steph is still very, very good. They re-signed Draymond, who's going to be a defensive anchor. I think, he comes off the bench, works 20, 25 minutes a game, more than that if they need him to. I think he'll close out, but he's not going to start games.
Yeah, right.
That's how I feel about it.
But yeah, I mean, I don't hate it. I mean, I think they're gonna do really well with him. Like, but if he takes on that role as being a leader and like mentoring those younger guys, I think they're gonna do great.
Absolutely. It's just such an interesting fit because I think you're gonna see some of the best basketball from that Warrior team when you have all 3 of those guards on the court. When you have Clay, Steph, and Chris Paul, you can't do it much because defensively it's just a liability. Yeah. But if you look at those MVP Steph Curry seasons, his best work is when he's moving off ball.
And doing the way that Curry and Draymond work together, Draymond doesn't even shoot anymore. He said it himself that he literally works his ass off to get Steph Curry open and Clay open.
Well, as he probably should.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, exactly. But I mean, what Chris Paul can do with the ball in his hands and facilitate, Clay, I think, is going to benefit more than Steph because he's more of a spot-up shooter. Mm-hmm. But they're gonna take 30, 40 threes a game. The way that Chris Paul can pass the ball. And like I think it's going to be great. And like you said, I don't think it should be
team to get Kuminga minutes. Let him get some run.
Yeah, right.
DMPs, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
All right, so there's 2 more topics I have because we've I don't want to cut anybody short on time
Just through it. Don't worry.
or anything. Plus, and Alex, if we go an hour, that's fine with me. I want to give you as much time as you want for football. I'm gonna be fair here. Then again, look at our views. It's up the last episode, but it's a summertime Zoom show, so we can go an hour. That's completely fine. It's gonna do as much as it does. Where do you? So I got two questions for two players of where where you think they're gonna go, or if they're gonna stay put.
Okay.
So number one, Siakam. Bring him to Atlanta, baby. Bring him to Atlanta.
You've already dished your piece at your contract.
Yeah, really.
That's for him. I guess you extended Murray, so maybe ship him out now, but
I don't know,
I like his fit in Atlanta. I don't see how they get him.
That's true. That's fair.
I feel like they would have to add like a third team in there just to even think about being able to pay for him, DeJounte, Trey.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be, I don't know. I don't know about Atlanta. I think he really fits the Toronto system the best, honestly.
Yeah.
You missed out on Draymond. He was the perfect piece for your team. If I'm the Sacramento Kings, I go after Pascal. You've already missed out on Draymond Green, who is your defensively the best guy you were going to get at that position. So if you can't make up for it defensively, make up for it tenfold offensively. You have a starting five of what it would be: De'Aaron, Sabonis, Pascal, and then whoever you plug in. Keegan Murray. Herter, Keegan Murray. That's your starting five. Offense. They had the best offense in NBA history last season. Just make it even better. Keep winning. I know the defense wins championship thing is always going to be there, but I think it'd be. And Sabonis guarding up fives is a nightmare. But I think that's who should go after them hard.
And the last player I was going to bring up, I think you guys can probably figure it out yourself. Point guard. I think that's who do you think I'm about to bring up right now?
Oh, Dame?
Yep.
Dude, I don't know. Honestly.
I'm fed up with Dame. I'm a huge Damian Lillard fan. I think
I am too, but
I think he's damn near the best point guard, if not the best point guard in the game today.
I would say the best scoring point guard.
Fair.
Because when he's in his zone, he can get steals left and right on defense. But other than that, he's really
he's not great defense.
Yeah, but he's like Siakam to me. I don't really see him anywhere else. Because if you put him with another ball hog like Jimmy Butler, everybody's saying that he wants to go to Miami.
Mm-hmm.
But if you put him with another ball hog like Jimmy Butler, I don't think it's going to work.
I don't think they don't have the cap space. They don't have, I don't think I know he wants to go to Miami and they want to do right by Dame, stuff like that. I think they should pull a San Antonio Spurs, Kawhi Leonard situation.
Yeah.
I'm not saying send him to Canada, but that's what they did with Kawhi. They sent him to Canada. Yeah. Kawhi won a championship there.
True.
People can sit there and say all they want. Oh, they didn't do right by him. Kawhi got more out of that Toronto trade than the Spurs did.
Absolutely.
Think about that. So I'm thinking with Dame, you can still do right by Dame by not sending him to Miami. If I'm a Bucks fan, so this is going to sound ludicrous. Because we don't have any first-round picks to give.
I kicked the wrong person out.
I want so badly him to be I don't think it's going to happen, though. It's so weird. There's so many teams that he fits on perfectly, in my opinion, that he just can't go to for one reason or another. I think the only place he's going to end up, if it's not Portland by the start of the season, is Miami because of how things have shake out. But, screw it. If they're doing the send him to Canada route, put him on the There's nowhere. I can't think of anywhere.
Yeah,
that's
unless you're sending him to like one of the bottom teams, like
yeah,
like if you're sending him to Detroit or something for like
or Charlotte,
a crap load of first round picks. Actually, like if you really think about it, exchanging. Well, I mean, he also is getting up there in age. OKC, like if you trade Shea and a crap ton of first round picks and build around Shea in Portland, that could also work too.
Shea and Scoot. You got to think about that.
That is true. That's true.
Nuts. But that's the greatest Portland pick, but not necessarily.
Yeah, there's so many situations that like it's like you think it would work, but in the end, it's probably styles won't mesh.
Mm-hmm.
Alex, wasn't the Heat one of the teams you were considering paying attention to when I said maybe start paying attention to something? I think it might have been the Heat. Maybe you
probably
because they made it to the they lost, but they still made it to the finals. Maybe the Heat is a good idea.
Can we just talk about the year that Southern Florida had in sports this year?
Yeah, really.
No, that's
the Heat, FAU.
That's true.
FAU, Florida
Panthers.
How about that Stanley Cup, huh? I always like new champ feel. Someone who's never won it before. So having Vegas in the final, I thought that was fun.
All right,
Southern Florida's on a tear, and I mean, what?
I mean, hell, even if Miami would have been a little bit better, I mean, they still made the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, the Marlins are the Marlins. They're always going to.
Yeah, well, yeah.
I mean, they got a player that could be hitting 400 by the end of the year. So, but all right, I think it's time for us to finally let Alex talk about football. I'll try to limit my talking unless if it's something I really know about. But Alex, the floor is finally yours.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about the 2022 Grey Cup champion Toronto Argonauts.
Let's go.
Probably not a single one of you watching this knows anything about the CFL. That's all right. I don't know a whole ton either.
You got to start somewhere. You got to start somewhere. That's what Mike would say. You got to start somewhere.
Exactly. So season starts 4-0, first in the East Division. I believe the best record in the CFL at the moment. They average 38.8 points a game. They're allowing 24 points a game, so they're
dominating.
Margin of victory is pretty large on most of their games. They've won 32-14, 43-31, 45-24, and 35-27, so they're a pretty high-powered football team. They're offensively leading the league in points for, net offense, rushing yards, offensive points, and offensive touchdowns. So, again, very good offense, especially considering they don't have anyone in the top three of any major statistical category, rushing, receiving, or passing yards. Just overall a good team. Chad Kelly, the quarterback, 71 for 100 so far for 1,100 yards, 5 touchdowns, and 3 picks. Not bad. 71% completion percentage is really, really solid, really consistent. 5 touchdowns and 3 picks isn't terrible. Last game they played was his best game of the season so far. He went 21 for 25, which is really good, for 351, 3 touchdowns, and a pick. So he's been playing pretty well. He's been balling for them. The guy I was talking to you guys about, or at least Mike and Landon about before we started this, AJ Ouellette, their starting running back, the largest white man with a bleached mullet I've ever seen in my life, is the team's leading rusher, 59 attempts, 309.
Wait, say that part again. Bleached what?
Bleached mullet.
Wow. I thought he said bleach blonde. I was gonna say EJ stand up. No. Because he got the Cody Rhodes T-shirt on.
Yeah, no, I know.
59 attempts, 309 yards, and 4 touchdowns for Ouellette.
Same time.
He's pretty good. He's averaging 5.2 a carry. It's pretty nice.
Nice.
DeMonte Cox, he's the leading receiver, 13 receptions, 250 yards, and a touchdown. Leading receiver has 250 yards. The receivers with log stats are averaging 171 yards. So Kelly's spreading out the ball pretty well, getting all of his receivers involved. They're doing well. They're a good football team. They clearly, at least at this point, are not experiencing any championship hangovers whatsoever.
That's good.
Playing very well. leading in a lot of offensive categories, and quarterbacks playing really well. We can attribute that to our good friend, Coach Mike Miller, the quarterbacks coach.
Yes, sir.
They had a very good quarterback last year, and then Chad Kelly stepped in place of him when he was injured, and I believe led them on a pretty big comeback in the playoffs at some point. I think he talked about that during our interview, actually.
Yeah. EJ, we just want to make this clear. When we say friend, Mike, like, no, he's actually a family friend of my dad's.
That's our guy.
Sweet.
He went to college with my dad. He was the offensive coordinator for the Cardinals. He was on the Bills.
Couple of years, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So he told a funny. He after this, you should check out our interview from what was it? Was it January 1st? Was it New Year's Day?
Something like that. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. Drop it. Some funny conversations. That's why I'm not
I
saying.
believe it was like
so
episode
we can have a
14
view.
or 15.
I got you. Word.
Yeah, just so we have a view. I'm not going to tell you anything else about that.
Yeah. No, I'll get you there. I'll get it on there.
All right. We're also on Spotify too, so if you're going somewhere, you can just listen to it on Spotify.
Okay.
But yeah, hot start. Really hot start. Took me a second to figure out how the schedule works because I guess they have multiple bye weeks, kind of more like college football or something like that. Because they're 6 weeks into the season and they've played 4 games.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure exactly how that works, but yeah, it's a hot start for the Argos. They're playing really well. Looks like they're on a really good trajectory to maybe run it back again. So we'll be following them throughout their season and seeing how they do. And switch topics a little bit. We're going to get to some NFL football because this week was the deadline. So there's actually some news for once.
Yeah.
To talk about.
Good chunk of stuff to talk about.
Elephant in the room.
While we were talking about just quick little tidbit.
Yeah. Go ahead.
For football that no one cares about. USFL, Pittsburgh Maulers. Listen.
Yep.
That's a story there. What, 2-6, something like that. 4-6.
They were 2-6. They were bad.
Yeah, they were a bad team. Then all of a sudden, just won the North Division, went to the championship game, lost. But for a minute there, I cared about the USFL.
It's about, on average, how long people care about the USFL.
That's all.
Blood almost made me spit out my prime.
Shameless plug. That's all.
Let's go.
Mike, are you sponsored yet?
No.
My buddy from high school plays for that team also. Zane.
Oh, that's sweet. Oh,
really?
Speaking of which, actually, former Edinburgh quarterback Trevor Harris, who plays for Saskatchewan, I forget what their mascot is, just underwent surgery, I believe, for a torn ACL or something like that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I don't mean to interrupt Alex, but I figured I got to get this get this in. So Landon, remember that little rapid fire I mentioned? We were doing a little rapid fire kind of league.
You got to be kidding me.
Just bottom line, I can explain the rules after. You want to go ahead and join us on the?
You got to be kidding me.
Join us on our rapid fire season, maybe. Want to go ahead and join us?
I mean, I guess.
We'll explain it after, but trust me, you'll want to join. It'll be fun.
All right, this is BS. This is BS.
Let him talk.
Yeah, come on. All right, Alex, what do you guys say about that? Landon's
This
now
is
part
BS.
Of
Obviously, now that you're doing this because you're trying to beat me with more people, I have to ask EJ now if he wants to join. So
Sure.
EJ, do you want? Yeah, you in? You in? It's pretty fun.
Pittsburgh.
We had fun last year.
Alex is just recruiting people from Pittsburgh to be a part of this. But all right, so now we got. Oh boy!
Hopefully we actually got some closers on this team for once.
Yeah. So we'll explain the rules after this. So I guess you guys are on with the rapid fire or whatever. But
Well, actually, I guess the Steelers are the best closers in the history of sports. To be fair, so I'm just gonna. I'll take that back.
All right,
Steelers
Alex.
are only good at closing seasons. Yeah, NFL news. The Raiders and the Giants have both failed to reach terms on long-term contracts with their franchise running backs, Saquon Barkley and Josh Jacobs. People are saying that Saquon turned down like $11 million a year or something like that. I can't remember what it was, but
the Giants situation with Saquon pisses me off. I'm not gonna lie.
it's so stupid. How are you paying? How are you paying Daniel Jones $40 million a year and you're not going to pay Saquon?
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Come on. Saquon could be one of the
Don't
best.
get me wrong. I
one of
like
the best
Danny
running backs.
Dimes. I'm not gonna lie. I like Danny Dimes, but $40 million a year is a bit much.
My big issue with it is that running backs they don't have time to get paid enough. It's the shortest
they don't.
out of position that exists. I think that they should be unrestricted after 2-3 seasons, in my opinion.
They should be.
And
with the draft rules and everything like that, it's
Mhm.
stupid. It sets them up to not be able to get paid essentially.
And when they do, then they only are good or in their prime for like 2 years out of a 4-year deal essentially.
Exactly.
So that last 2 seasons feels like sunken cost for NFL teams. And
it's really what's happening to Dalvin Cook. Like, he's the prime example right now.
He just had like one of the best seasons of his career. He finally played a full season.
Yeah. And it was like
he's getting released.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they feel like Madison is better for some reason.
They feel like this past season that they just had was probably the best they'll get out of him now. When meanwhile, if he stays healthy, he's got another 2 seasons of really high production in him.
Dumb decisions.
Like, I don't understand. And especially Saquon, who's very close and dear to my heart as a Penn State fan.
This man, when we were growing up, was a Pitt fan. I just want to say that. This man was a Pitt fan and switched to Penn State in 2017. I don't blame you. 2017, they were bad, but that's what this man did. And I've been pissed ever since.
That's
I was
funny.
a Pitt fan because my dad would take me to Pitt games.
My dad used to work.
That's kind of my situation too. My dad took me to Pitt games.
Like that's the only reason I kind of like them.
I'm a self-proclaimed Buckeye fan. I can't relate to y'all.
Literally throw up in my mouth. That's disgusting.
On Wisconsin, baby. That's
okay, you know what? Nah, I respect that. I like
random.
Wisconsin.
Okay.
I mess with Wisconsin. No lie.
Random, but I'll let it slide.
Penn State.
Anyone that likes a Big Ten team that isn't Penn State or Michigan, I'm chilling.
Yeah, you want us to give him a quick message?
If you like Michigan, Bryce.
Yeah, I want him to go ahead and send say something about Bryce, Alex.
Oh wait, actually, you know what? I saved something the other day on Instagram that I actually want to read, and I think this is a fair statement. It's probably going to seem incredibly biased because I'm obviously an Ohio State fan, but I'm going to read it anyway because I quite frankly think it's fair. Did I save it in here or did I save it somewhere else? I'll keep talking about other stuff while I talk about this, while I look for this. So both Barkley and Jacobs are expecting, to sit out for some time, if not the entire season. Mm-hmm. So that'll be a big thing. Other running backs, Tony Pollard will be playing on the franchise tag this year. He broke his leg pretty bad at the end of the season in the playoffs, so I'm not surprised that he's willing to play on the tag. No one would want to pay him right after that.
Even though I hate the Cowboys.
Actually, speaking of another Cowboy, Zach Martin might be holding.
Zach Martin is considering sitting out. He's getting paid $7 million less than the top paid guards in the league right now. Yeah. Not to mention, he's actually the first 99 overall guard in Madden since 2004. So,
I think it's 03.
03, yeah. One of the two. I knew it was one of them.
Any amazing offensive lines. I mean, just all-timers on their roster, and they just squander.
It's unbelievable.
Good. I like watching Cowboys fans miserable.
Like they just pay for picks. Like they pay for interceptions.
Yep.
That's what they're doing right now.
Diggs.
And then Dak, who throws them.
Dak's not. I don't care what anyone says. That I said this at one point on this show, actually. The Cowboys will never win a Super Bowl, not while Dak is the quarterback, but while Jerry Jones is there.
I think
they will never win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
So this is what I was going to say. So people are calling for Ryan Day's head right now. We're going to read Ryan Day's first 4 seasons as the Buckeyes head coach. 45-6 overall, 31-2 in the Big Ten, with those 2 losses being to a top 5 ranked Michigan. 14-4 versus top 25, 2 Big Ten conference championships, a Rose Bowl and a Sugar Bowl win, 3 college football playoff appearances, a college football playoff win, a national championship appearance, 11 first-round picks, and 4 Big Ten QBs winning Offensive Player of the Year.
here's the thing about ranked wins. I don't think we should rank teams. You can have preseason rankings. I don't think we should rank teams until week 6.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's fair.
Yes.
Because quite frankly,
ranked wins, teams who are ranked top 25 in the first 4 weeks of the season, oftentimes don't finish that way. So you can claim, ooh, I got this ranked win against, this will never happen, the Citadel. Say they're ranked in the preseasons. You beat them.
Oh yeah, I mean this is legitimate. Teams like the 2020 COVID season when Coastal Carolina finished in the top 10.
Yeah.
They were a good team, but they weren't top 10.
Yeah.
Or even Cincinnati making the college football playoff. I mean,
I was a big Cincinnati guy.
I was all about it. I was really hoping they would win it. I was really hoping they'd make a miracle run to the Natty like TCU did, but
yeah.
Before just to throw this out there, Alex, do you have enough content or football content for next week? So we have some stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I should be able to get stuff together.
Because the reason why I say that is because I need a vacation. So I'm gonna go ahead and go on vacation. I'm gonna be going on an Alaskan cruise this Sunday. So it'll be probably a football heavy episode next week. That's all I'm gonna say.
Other NFL news: D-Hop signed with the Titans, 2 years, $26 million, up to $32 million, with incentives and stuff like that. The Titans traded AJ Brown to sign 8-year-older AJ Brown.
The Titans are where prime, all-time wide receivers go to die. Yeah,
absolutely.
It happened to, what was it? Julio is the most recent example.
Julio, D-Hop, Andre Johnson.
Andre Johnson is a tragedy.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Ocho Cinco did a little spell there too.
Ocho might have been in Tennessee for a while.
Greatest name of all time.
Crazy.
Chad Ocho Cinco, great guy.
So while we're on the topic though of running backs and running backs playing on the tag, I've got a little thing that I actually pulled from an ESPN show the other day, courtesy of Emmanuel Acho. Love that man. The franchise tag value for quarterbacks, receivers, tight ends, and running backs in 2017 and in 2023. 2017 quarterback franchise tag was $21 million. That seems like forever ago. The current franchise tag for a quarterback is $32 million.
Yep.
By the way, for anyone watching this that doesn't know, the franchise tag is the average pay of the top 5 players at that position.
Mm-hmm.
Wide receivers, the franchise tag went from $15 million in 2017 to $19 million in 23. Tight ends went from 9.7 to 11.3 million. And then running backs went from 12 million to 10 million over the past 6 years. The only position in professional football where the franchise tag has lost value over the past 6 years and will, in my opinion, probably never legitimately go back up again in this era of the NFL.
I think they should just get rid of the franchise tag.
I think it's, I mean,
I understand teams don't want to lose their guys then pay them.
They're just going to sit. Most of them sit out anyway. They don't want to play.
Pay them. We saw it with Leffell. We saw it with a bunch of different guys.
He actually just apologized on social media the other day for leaving Pittsburgh.
Yeah. He did.
Well, I don't think he wanted to.
Thanks, Lev. 5 years too late.
We sent him he went to the Jets and did absolutely nothing.
And then he went to KC for a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is there anything else you want to talk about with the running backs?
I don't think so. We talked about Zach Martin considering sitting out. Last big NFL thing.
I like
that's exactly what I was about to get to.
Okay.
Yeah, Alex Highsmith, 4 year, $68 million extension from the Steelers, $27.7 million guaranteed, on average about $17 million a year. Him and TJ Watt are the best edge rushing duo in the NFL. There's, in my opinion, not really a way around it. They combined for a ridiculous amount of sacks this past season. I want to say, how many sacks did TJ have this past year?
Well, he was hurt.
He got hurt.
He got hurt for a good period of time.
Yeah.
I'll look it up right now, actually, because I know Highsmith had 14.5.
Getting hurt.
That's insane, though. I didn't think he was going to be that productive, really alone other than Cam Hayward on that line.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
Right.
TJ only had 5.5 sacks, but he was hurt. So they combined for 20 sacks this year.
That's not bad.
That's a pass rushing duo that you'd like to have on your team.
Mm-hmm.
I agree.
I think that the Pittsburgh defense, if they keep this game plan, what they've been doing for the past 5 years, it feels like they're going to be.
I think Keanu Benton's going to be nice in the middle of the field.
Yeah, Benton.
Yeah, that is true.
As a W guy, Keanu Benton.
He's going to be nice.
Pick right there.
Here's the thing.
Successor to Cam. I think
those Wisconsin D linemen, man, the Watt brothers, Benton's going to probably be pretty nice.
The Steelers have done exactly what I asked them to do every year. The Packers don't pick the Wisconsin player. Pittsburgh does. It always goes, and I love it because it has only worked out for them.
This is true. It really has.
Well, you of course, yeah, I agree with you, EJ, about the defense thing, but you also got to remember.
Kenny.
The offense has to do something.
I know
for that to happen.
To get the year 2 quarterback comes out and does something that it blows our minds.
Second year quarterbacks historically do very well.
Kenny is that one this year. I don't want to hear it. Kenny is that one. He's been grinding all off season. I've seen it. I saw him chug a beer at the Luke Combs concert.
Yup.
He looks in fantastic shape. He's been grinding.
He put on like 10 pounds of muscle, right?
He did. He's like 223 right now.
Wow.
He's big. He's going to be that guy this season. And I think it's going to be a dangerous game.
Here, EJ, I used these stats, these percentages a couple weeks ago when it was I believe it was just me and AJ on the show. The Steelers' top 3 coverage calls between the 20-yard lines. Cover 3, 40.5%. Cover 1, 24.7%. Cover 2, 18.4%. Those are all top 10 in the league. So I said this the last time I used these stats. The Steelers are going to do exactly what you expect them to do. They're going to come out on first down in a cover 1 or a cover 3 look with a safety in the box. They're going to stop your run, and they're going to probably do it again on second down. And then they're going to come out on third down in medium, and they're going to play cover 2, and they're going to man you up underneath, and they're going to let their maulers up front just eat your O-line alive. And that's all they do.
There's maybe
the next highest percentage from 18.5% is they play cover 6 7.1% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
That's it.
Yeah. I think there's only a handful of offensive lines in the league that can truly handle the Steelers' defense.
Definitely.
Very few can do it. And
Absolutely.
They're only getting better. Like they have only been hitting on defensive picks lately. Like it's ridiculous.
JPJ fell to them at 32. Like
that was, oh my gosh. I was so happy.
Dude, him and Pat Pete.
I'll admit, I was happy with that pick too. Though I despise Penn State, I was happy with that pick.
If Pat Pete plays half as well as he does opposite of JPJ this season, I'll be totally happy.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Roderick Jones just signed his rookie contract as well, by the way. Just saw that.
Pat's still the best safety in football.
Yeah, he's really
good. The only one that touches him is Chargers.
Derwin James.
Yeah, Derwin. That's
people slept on him when he got drafted. I said the year he got drafted that he was going to be Defensive Rookie of the Year in my mind. Zero doubt whatsoever. He is so filthy when he's healthy.
The only hole on the Steelers defense is cornerbacking, and it has been that for the past 5 years.
Off-ball linebacker could be a little bit better, but Cole Holcomb was a big signing.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
He's a dog, and he's fast.
Yeah. I mean, I got nothing else. If you guys if there's anything else in the NFL you want to talk about, I had something in my head, just completely forgot what I was gonna say. I did day before this.
CT.
Yeah, there we go. Wait, Alex, here, editing note. Cue the vlog clip of me. You know exactly what I'm talking about, Mike.
Swear.
You know exactly what clip I'm talking about. Go ahead, cue it.
I'm thinking my way too early Super Bowl prediction.
Oh
boy.
Chiefs running back.
I think they do.
Say the second team again. Sorry, I didn't catch that part. Second part.
Honestly.
Chiefs running back.
Oh, Chiefs running back. I thought you said another.
As much as I don't want, I'm going to sit there for all intents and purposes, I'm a Packers fan. I like.
Hey,
Don't get me
Valid.
wrong. I'm a
AJ's
Packers fan.
too.
As much as I want to sit there and tell you Jordan Love is going to be amazing and run the table with that Packers team, it's not going to happen. So I'm thinking Steelers make it to the wild card and then go to the AFC Championship game against, and that's
Dang.
championship. I think that's what happens.
I'm just going to say it because I think this is, and Nick Wright said this on First Things First. Everyone in the AFC is going to get an order of magnitude worse except for the Chiefs. The Chiefs are like top 10 in cap room over the next 2 years. The Bengals have to pay a bunch of guys. The Chargers have to pay Herbert. The Ravens just paid Lamar. The Bills are only going to get worse in terms of paying people as well. Von Miller's getting really old. He just tore his ACL. So for all intensive purposes, unless the 49ers can actually keep a quarterback healthy for once, this should be a Chiefs-Eagles rematch in the
I
100%
agree.
This should be. This year should absolutely be.
The Eagles draft this year
absolutely ridiculous.
If the Steelers weren't one, it was the Eagles.
How they got Nolan at the bottom of the first round is absolutely insane to me. That was crazy to me. Jordan Davis crazy. But we expected him to slide because of character issues and stuff like that. But Nolan sliding all the way to the bottom of the first round and the Eagles scooping him up there, that was crazy.
I am an Eagles hater through and through. I'm going to hate on them no matter. They could go 17-0 this season, and I would tell you they're the worst team in football. But I would not be surprised if it was a rematch. I really wouldn't.
Not in the slightest bit. Also, Mike, you said, I don't know if you have or not, because I know you said you weren't going to watch it, but I've been watching Quarterback on Netflix.
Oh.
It's very good. Very good.
It's really good.
Kudos to Marcus Mariota for that.
You want to know why I'm not going to watch that?
Brittany
Two
Matthews.
words. Brittany Matthews.
No, but you'll find this really impressive. Pat Mahomes doesn't even play baseball anymore, but his trainer said that his swing deficit when he's righty and lefty is only 3%. Compared to, I think he said on average, usually from your dominant side to your non-dominant, you have a 20% swing deficit or something like that. His is 3%.
Pat might be like that.
Pat is like that. That's why people say his trainer said the reason he can make all those off-platform throws is because his spinal mobility is just absolutely unreal.
I think he's one of the few guys you could plug and play in any sport, and he'll succeed.
Swear.
Because
Because he played all the major sports in high school. He played basketball, football, and baseball in high school. He could play any of them.
Give him a pair of skates for a year. I bet you he'd be great at hockey too.
Dude would be so
Probably.
different.
Probably.
Dude would be so different on the ice. I'm telling you.
He'd have that Connor Bedard lean-in shot down.
I swear. Oh, he'd be crazy.
Hey, you want to know who's going to be annoying during hockey season when Connor Bedard goes off? You want to know who's going to be annoying, EJ?
Who?
CM Punk.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he is.
He's already annoying. Annoying.
All right. So I got a question to close this since we're talking about football.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, before you do that, I just want to mention Paul Skeens actually also the Pirates first round.
Yeah.
Skeens
signed his contract.
Good.
That's good. Good.
Bring him up this season. I don't care. Put him
He
straight.
looks so dope in the video. Did you see him signing that contract? Man should have had a pipe in his mouth. He looks so clean.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
The only piece of baseball Alex has paid attention to.
In the minors.
He got a pretty good bag too, didn't he, for a rookie contract?
9.2 million, I think.
Yeah, that's a nice bag for a rookie,
When
dude.
you're averaging 98 and can touch 102 with your fastball.
Yeah, that's wild.
Command.
Here, Bryce said this earlier. Pirates should keep Rich Hill, call up Skeens next year. The days, hear me out. The days Paul Skeens starts, throw him 5-7 innings, and then go to Rich Hill. Going from 102 to 88.
Oh, that's, you know what? That's valid.
That's not a bad idea. Though I think Rich Hill should get dealt at the deadline. We'll see. We'll see what happens.
Send Rich to the Braves.
My dad hates the Braves. All right, Alex, what was the question? So do you? Yeah.
So
what do you got, Alex?
I'm gonna ask this, and I know that it'll light a lot of people on fire across the internet, even though we don't get that much viewership. But I know so many people are gonna get so mad about this. But if Patty Mahomes and the Chiefs run it back to this year, does Pat genuinely, truly, legitimately enter GOAT conversation?
Yes.
If he wins another ring this year and they go back to back and he wins his third Super Bowl and third Super Bowl MVP in what, 6 years?
Will he enter GOAT
Yes.
conversation? No. Will he be in it by the end of his career? Yes.
That's valid.
Yes.
That's fair.
I
Yeah, I
have
agree.
a hard time talking GOAT debate now that Tom Brady has played for 80 years and
Yeah.
won as much as he did, because he did that over such a long period of time. You
Definitely.
have to let it play out. You
Yeah.
have.
I think it'll be even crazy. Like if Pat runs back the Super Bowl and runs back winning the MVP again this year, like then that would be absolutely insane. Because I believe he's like the first quarterback, if not ever, but in a long time, to win the MVP and the Super Bowl in the same season.
Yeah, it's been a while.
I believe, I think Namath did it. I'm pretty sure, or
Yeah.
something like that.
I thought Peyton Manning did it.
No, Peyton didn't win the MVP
Yeah,
the same
Peyton
year.
did.
Now,
Lost to the Seahawks that year.
yeah,
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
I remember that.
Got
Okay.
And then Cam had
hammered
the
in the
chance to
Super
do it,
Bowl.
but then he
That's
lost
right.
to Peyton.
I do remember that, yeah.
I think, it's tough. I'm willing to take away, like, if you're talking championships and GOAT debate, I'm willing to take away maybe 2 of Tom Brady's rings, saying it was his defense that carried him there. Even then,
I mean, 13-3, yeah.
yeah, even then, it's still like 5, and then what does he have? 3, 4 MVPs? No,
Manning,
no,
Brady,
Brady. Yeah.
yeah.
So you get Mahomes the third MVP, third ring in 6 years. He's on pace, but he's just not there yet. And
Yeah.
that's purely on accolades. If you talk most skilled to ever play the position, it's probably Mahomes. Right now, I still have Rodgers.
Yeah, Rodgers at this moment is still the most skilled quarterback to play the position.
Mhm.
Last quarterback to win MVP in the same season he won the Super Bowl was Kurt Warner in '99.
Oh,
Yeah.
greatest show on turf. Marshall Faulk, another running back criminally underpaid.
Facts.
Wow.
We ended this one on a spicy question today. I'm sure that'll be
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah. And hey, there we go.
Yeah.
Boro Tailgate Talks is back because we talked about football for good at length.
Heck yeah.
In my opinion, Alex, I think we were pretty even today with the way we were talking.
I agree. We've gone for an hour 15, I'm pretty sure.
Crazy, but that's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
That is fine.
That is fine. Alex, you want to get the paper? Get your.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's
Man,
been a while. It's
that's
been a
long
while.
time.
It's been a minute. Here, Landon, EJ, stay in the chat room after Alex throws the paper, so we can just explain the rules of the rapid fire. But next week, again, I will not be here because I deserve a vacation because I'm him. But it will be Alex and AJ.
Heck yeah.
And in 2 weeks, this might be the last Zoom show. So we might be signing you off on the last Zoom show in the summer. We'll see what happens when I come back in 2 weeks. We'll see. But I think after that, Alex, wait, no. I think we might have one more after the second.
Yeah, I think you're probably right.
But we will, in exactly a month, we will be back in the studio, hopefully. We're not going to, trust me when I tell you this, and I can
Yeah, moving day is August 19th. Yep.
With confidence, I can say this. We are absolutely not using confetti this time.
No, we are not.
No.
We are not using confetti poppers again. No chance.
No.
Zero chance we're using confetti poppers again.
Zero. EJ, watch our first episode back in the studio from January. That's how much
Oh, God. It was so bad.
In the clip.
It took us an hour. It took us an hour to like clean that up. It was bad. But all right, Alex, you can go ahead and sign us off.
All right, bet.